Okay, so today we're going to do the hydrolysis of green yard compound. So yesterday we have this green yard compound, right? So we have this from yesterday, and I'm going to add 10 ml of hydrochloric acid, 6 molar of hydrochloric acid. So add it little at a time. Swirl it. You see it's bubbling. Yeah. So with acid added, with some unreacted magnesium will form a gas, right? So they produce gases. Acid will dissolve the magnesium. See that? So you can see some bilayers forming already. Yeah. So I see some solid on the side, some precipitate. So I'm going to try to rinse that off with ether. It's the leftover ether from yesterday. Oops. Yeah, it's good enough. I think the rest are outside the round bottom flask, so just gonna keep adding a little more acid. It's good enough. So now I'm going to transfer this solution to separatory funnels. Okay, we call this subfunnel. So the bottom should be closed, right? So this is open position. If you have it vertical, there's a little hole at the bottom, and if you put it at 90-degree angle like that, that's closed. Okay, so you want to make sure the subfunnel is closed before you pour the solution mixture. Okay, and open the top. So I'm going to rinse this round bottom flask with a little bit more ether. Okay, so ether, just a few mil. Okay. Good enough. So you can see two distinct layers, right? So if I lift this one up, you can see the top layer here, that's ether, and the bottom layer is aqueous layer, right? So what's in the top layer and what is in the bottom layer? So you can think about that one. So I'm going to drain out the bottom layer, and that is aqueous layer, right? Okay, so drain that out. You want to drain it out slowly. You don't want to lose the top layer. That's where benzoic acid is, right? So you're trying to extract out the benzoic acid from the mixture. Just open it slowly. Oops. Okay. And next we add 5% sodium hydroxide, 4 ml. 4 ml of 5% sodium hydroxide into this upper layer. So this is 2 ml. This is another 2 ml. So that gives me 4 ml of 5% sodium hydroxide. And cap it and shake it. So closed, and all you have to do is shake it. Oops, yeah. So it's creating pressure, so you release it from the bottom, right, while you're shaking it. Make sure you hold the top, put it upside down, hold it with your thumb or your palm really tight, and you vent it from the bottom, okay? So you shake it, swirl it, and then release the pressure. So this is good enough. Okay. Put it back here. It will form 2 layers. So I'm going to do it second time, again with 5% sodium hydroxide, 4 ml. This is good enough. Shake it again. So now this is a second extraction. So drain out the bottom layer. So what's in the bottom layer? And what is in the top layer? So I'm going to save this, right? So now I take the bottom layers in a beaker and I'm heating it gently to remove any traces of ether, right? So just gently. So this will take a while. So after heating about 5 minutes, I let this beaker cool to room temperature. It's cool enough. And I'm going to add 5 ml of 6 molar hydrochloric acid, okay, to precipitate out the benzoic acid. About 5 ml is enough. Okay. Add this to this solution. I'm going to add slowly so you can see this. Bring it to the camera. Yeah, you can see. Oh, not very good with camera. Oh, sorry. Okay, do it again. It's at the corner. And do it again. So I added 5 more. Okay, so you're seeing a lot of white precipitate. So, what are those white precipitate from? So is this 5 mil? Is good enough? Okay. I'm gonna have to put this in a ice bath. Right? I have ice bath, and I'm gonna let this beaker sit in there. Okay, chilling. So I'm gonna collect the solid benzoic acid using vacuum filter. So I have little filter disc here, right? Filter disc put into funnel here. Right, I'm going to turn the vacuum on. Okay, and wet the filter paper a little bit with ice water. And you pre-wet it. Okay. Now I have here's my benzoic acid, right? I'm going to filter this solution. So vacuum filter is done. So disconnect it. Turn off the vacuum, and I have my benzoic acid. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's white precipitate this time, right? There's no crystal. So it's a white precipitate. That's what we're expecting. I'm gonna let this dry in the oven. Or you can let this dry overnight, but I'm going to just bake it in an oven to remove the water. Okay, from here you can see the oven dried benzoic acid. See the white powder? Yeah. Okay. And the weight of benzoic acid is 0.296 gram. Okay, from here you can calculate the percent yield. So I'm taking the melting point temperature of benzoic acid right here. I'm going to record the temperature. Press stop. So right now the temperature is ramping up from 115 degrees Celsius to the point where the benzoic acid should melt. So it's currently is 118.9 degrees Celsius, right? So I set it from 115, and it's slowly ramping up 1 degree Celsius per minute. So the literature melting point value is 122 degrees Celsius. So let's see if this is pure.